Okay, good morning. My usual stream is not occurring today at the moment. It may later. I may switch, but for the moment, let's get on with this one. So we're back on the Drunken Dragon server, where I play with on Tuesday nights with Drunken Dragon and Whitestone Industries. Last we were doing, I gave a tour of the huge motor factory, I believe. And today we got 2 more tours, and then we'll start building a massive, maybe super massive, not sure yet, another big factory. So we are at the grassy plains. We are right down here. So if you start in the grassy plains, you'll usually start either somewhere in this area or somewhere in this area. I've seen a couple people start down here, but usually it seems to be either right over here somewhere or over here somewhere. So we are to the north a little bit. There's a big valley that goes mostly north, and we're right kind of at a big hill off of that valley. That's where we are right now. So we're looking south down into where more of the grassy plains is. Ahead you see our beyond supermassive fuel generator plant. Fuel generator? I just realized there's no frickin' oil down here. What on earth are they using to power that stupid plant? I just realized this, and it's been several weeks. I had nothing to do with the build, so I'm not sure what they're doing over there. But that's a big power generator plant over there. I mean, we're running, oh, I'm on a power thing here. We do not have nuclear yet, and we still have almost, well, over 600, what is it, gigawatts? So yeah, we have a little bit of power, and most of that is coming from that power station over there. Anyways, to the point at hand. First off is the part of the reason the big motor factory was happening, because we needed turbo motors. And last time I was over here at this factory, we did not have a train station over here. I was waiting for that to be built. So let's find my way inside my factory. It's been a while since I've been over here. Looks like I may need to change my entry method. So I built the factory. I did not build the train stations. Oh wow. So I had all of my inputs and outputs coming outside of the building, because I didn't know how he was going to build the train stations. And he has got a very interesting set of piping coming out to the train systems. Very nice. Okay, up into the plant. So nice and compact. Let's get my hovercraft on here. We've got a lot of stuff coming in, and these I think are just doing the turbo motors. Yeah, so we're importing everything. Got cooling systems, radio control unit, the motors that we built the last factory for, and rubber, everything being trained in. Everything just running down the center belts and outside. So really quick and simple factory, doing everything we needed. So what are we running total? Well, so first I thought that was 4,000. I'm like, no, I don't think that's right. So we're doing not quite 5 a minute. Times what do we got in here? 6 machines. So what is that? It's not 30. Yeah, 30. Just under 30 a minute. But these aren't something that are at least yet heavily used, so that was what I was told to build for. So that's all we got for that factory. It's not a major factory, just a little tiny thing sitting up on this rock. So here's the big valley coming up from grassy plains, goes down there to a lake. And of course we've got all kinds of other things going on, but here is just my little factory sitting up on a rock. Alright, now we're going to go over to that factory in the distance, and I think I'm going to follow the railroad because I don't want to switch out my, well, got to point out the billboard I built up there in the hills so we could figure out where the okay, that goes the long way around. I'll switch to my jetpack then. Billboard up in the hill so we could find our turbo tube or hyper tube line. At the moment, that's the end of the hyper tube line, and it's the only way down here unless you hop a train. Everything else is up north. Alright, so look at the factory from underneath. The intent of this design, it's something I was playing with, was that the factory floor was suspended from these towers. That's why the floor doesn't actually attach to the poles. It doesn't look like what I had in mind, but I haven't gotten around to trying to play with it any further. And I ended up, because that didn't look like it wasn't visually sufficient support, I added a support in the middle that's actually solidly attached to both the factory floor and the rock. I need to play with the aesthetic. Once again, I built the factory, Whitestone Industries. Built the trains. He does pretty much all the trains here on the server. So there's our magnetic field generators, and I believe this is the so magnetic field generators out. This must be the control rods. Or is this bringing in? Yeah, that's the magnetic control rods out. So we have magnetic field generators and magnetic control rods out. Where we're supposed to. Where are they? Is this one not working too? My rubber pack back on. Watch your step when stepping off the side here. Gets a little bit iffy. Let's go up and see where my... Let's see. Wait a minute. Do we got trains goofs up here? Ah, this is the AI limiters coming in for the generators, and this is going to be the generators going out. Yeah. Okay, but we still should have I know this factory was working. Okay, so we do have some in here, but not many. Why not? Okay, anyway, so there's AI generator, AI limiters coming in, going up there, and here's generators coming out. We also have, let's just go in the normal way. I need to extend this down to the rest of the ground, down there. So here is the AI limiters coming in. We also have AI limiters coming in by drone upstairs, along with, find my way around in here, we have stators coming in upstairs. We have, let's see where all this is set up. We have, here we go, we have versatile framework coming in upstairs. We have EM control rods where we're making more than we need internally, so they are going out upstairs. And we have the magnetic field gens going out down to train there, and alright, they're supposed to be going upstairs. Where's my upstairs link for them? So they're coming out of that line and that line joining here, coming into this. Oh, here we go. Here's where they go upstairs. Right there, they're going upstairs, and there they're going down to the train. Okay. So we have 3 rows of machines. One of these rows, that's generator, that's going to be generators. So this is going to be high control rods. This line is the control rods. So we have the stators and limiters coming in over here. So there's the AI limiters coming in from above. There's stators coming in from above. They come down to the line here. And they appear to be fine. And then they come out here, and the splitter splits them between feeding this row and feeding the second row for the field generators. And they come up because I'm generating twice as many of them as I actually need for the field generators. They come up here and go upstairs for export by drone. This row is supposed to be versatile framework by drone, and that appears to be why things are not working, so I need to investigate what's going on with that. But that would come in here and get split between going down this row and over to the second row. And then of course, as I said, there's where the 2 rows come out, join here, yada yada. Okay, mystery solving. What's going on with versatile framework? Although I can make a good guess. The problem with versatile frameworks, and also stators in fact, is that they are so far away let's see, we have fuel, we have a drone. Let's make sure stators were full. Not enough fuel. You are full of fuel. Yeah, the problem is, interestingly, this had been working, so I'm not sure why it is not now. Um, the problem is that this is so far away, it is borderline on whether the drone can get there or not. And apparently the drone is unhappy with its current fuel. Which means we're going to have to get, and this is not going to be me, but I'm going to have to talk to Dragon and Tundra and figure out where the turbo fuel factory is and get this switched over to turbo fuel. Either that, or Tundra's going to have to build another station down here to bring... nope, that's not even really an option. The versatile frameworks, where they are, the only option is drone. Or I guess I should say the only realistic option. We can get train anywhere. Certainly Tundra can, but it's just not realistic where the versatile framework factory is. So, well, that's the end of the tour, I guess, and we can't really do any, well, we have solved the mystery, so we're going to go back to the plan, and we're going to go down here and work on this factory. We have, I believe, 8 more stories to build on top of that. Just a couple, no big deal. But first... do I want to go? So versatile framework is... Where crap is versatile framework? So here's where we are, down here on the northwest end of Grassy Fields. There's where the hypertube is. There's the first factory we toured. And I don't have it marked, but right here is the one we were just looking at. Out here is the big power generating plant behind me. All the way up, I believe. No, there's 2 factories here, so nope, that's not it. Excavators. Oh no, it's over on this side. So modular frames, and that should be... Well, that one should be the versatile framework there. For some reason it's not labeling. So that's all the way up there. We're down here. No, I'm not going all the way across the map. That ain't happening. But that's why the drone is complaining. It's just too far away. So, gonna have to do something about that. I don't know where the turbo fuel plant is, but we're gonna have to put a drone on that and get some of that delivered down here instead of the regular fuel. Anyways, let's get on with this factory. I really love what he did with the trains here. This looks amazing. So this factory is building stators and rotors and stators, which are notoriously slow. I believe they build at either 2.5 or 5 per minute. This factory will be doing 200 a minute each. Right now, I have... Why is there not stuff on that belt? Oh, that's because I haven't powered either of these yet. So these 2 are limestone, which will be for concrete in there. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and another one back there. Oh, okay, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 iron mines there. 2 more up here. And there are 2 more under here. This is what is at the moment providing the stators for the factory we just showed. There we have no place building stators at all, other than like the motor factory is building them, but that's all internal, not for export. And it was decided that we need a place building rotors and stators for export, so that's what we're doing. But I needed something initially, something just quick and dirty to supply that factory. And so that's what this is. The 2 nodes or 1 node or whatever it is that's underneath here. I believe there's 2 in here. There's copper down there. Oh. Did I miscount? No, I didn't. Okay, we got 4 down there, 2 here, and 2 more over there. This over here right now is pulling from these 2. That will change, because once I have this factory built, that will go away. And I'll just put that that drilling station there will get moved onto the top of this building. So right now what we have I need to build the rest of the feet for this, but there's 1 foot, there'll be 3 more. As long as they don't... my belts are already impinging, aren't they? I may have to rethink where that one goes, because that's where the foot's still supposed to go. Where is it? Wait a minute. No, that'll work. It'll come right inside that curve. So it'll come 1, 2 back and 1 in. So it should be just like that. Ooh, that's nice. That fits in there like it was designed that way, doesn't it? Ha! Nice. There's the top of that foot. Not going to do the rest now. This little breakout is where I stopped yesterday. Originally I had this set up with a link to the railroad here. Tundra decided he wanted a loop, so it's all going out the other side, but the loop came really close to the wall here, so I started building a punch out, and I haven't finished it because, what was I doing here? We're just going to take this out for the moment, but well, I know why I took it out. We're just going to take it back out for the moment and redo that later. So I've used the new vents and fans. We got air vents, pressure vents next to where the train is, and then fans to pull hot air out at the top. We also have ladder going down on each end. And then here, well here, let's show you where the train connects on the other end. See just how epic his connections are. Need to put something underneath that grid, probably back there, unless he has already. Doesn't look like it, so need to do that. This interconnection, all of these individual bits, is all built by hand. I watched him do it. I thought it was all templated, blueprinted, and part of this is blueprinted. Part of this is blueprinted. But editing that to add the interchange here was all done by hand. It's just crazy. And he just boom, 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 boom. There, it's done. I love it. On this side, where the trains come in, we have the new slide-up doors. We have the air pressure vents. We have the cooling system. I have not put walls on the side yet, so I have access into it for this one, and I'll be doing the same all the way up until I have them all done. But that's that's shipping out. One station on one side for rotors and on the other side for stators. So here, and I haven't marked it, silly me, I believe this line is for copper, yes. This will be the copper coming up from those two factories right there. They currently go up to feed this. They will come across right there and come up into this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 machines will be doing copper alloy ingots. Those 9 machines will be doing basic iron ingots. Both of these are alternate recipes. So this is all iron and limestone, which is where those 2 limestone things over there that we just saw, that's where those are going. Those are coming up here along with the 2 iron down there. That's all coming up right here and feeding this line, and there'll be some a little bit of iron left over here that will ultimately, when I get the next floors up, this will be changed to a splitter in the middle of a lift, because there will be some leftover iron on that belt that'll go upstairs and get merged in. And this is where I left off, is connecting all of this. I believe the plan was, which way is this pointed? I want that to come out here, I think. We'll say that's right for now. So here, what I need to do, need to show you guys so we can show you this. Let's see, let's grab that one and then show you this. We need to move this all the way over there. Show you my epic spreadsheet. So So this is all the numbers for this factory. We are building some basic iron ingots. We are building some standard iron ingots. We are building copper alloy ingots. No, wait a minute. This is basic iron ingots, not the standard. This is the limestone based ones. It's an alternate recipe. This is iron alloy ingots, which is copper and iron. This is copper alloy ingots, which is copper and iron. This is standard steel ingots. And this is solid steel ingots, which is an alternate recipe. And then we have wire, rods, screws, pipes, rotors, and stators, which are all the standard recipes. And what we have here is, can you see my mouse from the regular window? Yes, okay. So up here I put what the maximum belt rate and whether I am overfeeding, which means the belts would back up, or underfeeding, meaning the machines are to use everything possible. And I am in underfeed mode, which actually doesn't work right, so some of the numbers are going to be wrong, but the ones we care about will be good. I have these labeled, but these labels only apply to the first columns here. They do not apply to these. So this particular one, the basic ingots, is using iron and limestone. The iron ingots and the copper ingots are using the iron and copper. And so these numbers are how much is being used of that total resource. And then if we look at these, I have the total amount available minus what's being used. And these numbers are telling me how much of that resource I had left. So we can see copper and limestone, we're using all of it. We're using all but a few of the coal and all but a few of the iron. And then over here, the rods, that's just the iron ingots. The screws, that's the iron rods. The pipe, that would be the steel ingots. The rotors, this would be, I believe that's pipe and screws. No, pipe and iron rod. So the 1000, and I'm looking at another display. The 1000 is the iron rods. No. The 1000 is iron rods, and the 5000 is screws. And then the stator, the 600, is steel pipe, and the 1600 is wire. It's too early in the morning. Why am I getting notifications? Okay, so that happened. Down here, I say how many input belts I have. If I don't have enough input belts, it limits my output, does all the fun math. This is just to help me plan. This is setting what the numbers, the base numbers for the factory are, how many that would be if I like going back to the back to the game screen here. So that's sets all these numbers into the display, into the spreadsheet. No, not the map. That's what these numbers are. output base, input base rate, output base rate, if they're overclocked, if they're summer sloped, and how many machines. And you'll see that some of these are fractional machines, and that's because I can't run a whole. For example, here I can't run a whole 4 machines. 3 machines isn't enough. 4 machines is too much. It'll overuse these up here. And this took a bunch of tweaking to get these numbers. What I'll do ultimately is there will be 4 machines, and one of them will be tuned down to run at only 0.2%. I guess that'd be 2%, I guess is what that would be here. Nope, that'd be 20%. We'll get it. Anyways, 0.2 out of 1 is the same over here. That'll be running at 0.2, that'll be running at 0.35, and so on. Then my spreadsheet, and I haven't been using these numbers, but it tells me the optimal number of machines. For simplicity, we won't go into there because this build didn't use any of that. It tells me the minimum number of belts I need for each thing. I did use that. And it tells me how much I'm actually finally outputting and how much would end up on each belt. We'll quickly show you all the extra numbers that help figure all that out. Yeah, that was 3 weeks worth of work. Not for the basic design. This is, if you look down here, there are 3 or 4 other planning things on this file. The basic math single column template took like 3 weeks to make work. This is just each column is just copies and new numbers put in. This particular spreadsheet was just one day, one afternoon. Oh no, I think may have spent 2 days on this. But anyways, there's all the numbers. Turn this back off. What I should show you is the diagram worksheet. Let's see. I believe that's what I need. Nope, that won't work. Need, I need another window capture. That is to be that one. And you should see that. So what we have, let's see, will this show my cursor on there? Yes, it does. Well, it's not showing my cursor. There's my cursor. So here we have the copper ore, iron ore, limestone, coal, and their total numbers used, or actually total numbers available. This is 600 available. This one's actually 24 available, but we're only using the 22 only 900 available, only 780 available. There's actually 1200 available, but we're limited to 780 belts, tier 5, for the time being. This whole diagram is done by this website once I put all the inputs and stuff in, and this is what the numbers from the spreadsheet are based on. They are not exactly like this, but this is where I got started. But more importantly, this shows the flow of materials, so you can see the copper ore only goes to the copper alloy ingots and the iron alloy ingots. It doesn't go to the other stuff. Iron ore goes to everything, or at least all of the foundries. Limestone goes only to the basic iron ingots, which is why I've started with it. And that only goes to 2 places. The coal only goes to these 2, which is why I will be starting the next things will be with just these. So this block here will be the first things I build. Then the next one will be the copper, which you saw the 4 that we're doing. That's the 4 is this block here, and all of that will go to this, which will be one of the upper floors, and all of that goes to those, which will be one of the upper floors. And then we have the iron, which again is mostly one straight line, some that break off there for a minute, in through, and so on. Anyway, so there's all the planning of the factory. Now we hide that again, and we'll go back to the game and go back to actually building this. So this whole row, this is 9 things. So this is, we'll come back here. This is these 9 right here for this row. And this is limestone and iron ore. And I need a hotkey to show and not show these. The other end of these 2 is where the 4 copper is, down there. The other 8 of these, let's see, how was I going to do that? One of these 2 rows, so there's 10 in a row, except for that last one, which only has 9. So there's 2 on the end. The other 8 of one of these will be the brain dead. So it'll be these here. Will be the iron alloy ingots, which is the iron and copper. So the copper will be fed to this entire row and the 2 on the end over there. That'll be the extent of the copper usage. And then these, the other 8 here, will be a mix of this will all be steel. This will be a mix of the regular steel and solid steel ingots. So some of these will get, so this will be a mix of, in the diagram, that'll be a mix of the steel ingots and solid steel ingots. So that whole row, the middle row, this whole row will get the coal. It will get, part of it will get direct iron ore for the regular steel ingots. So that'll be, let's see, three of these, either on the other end or this end, 3 of them will be making the, nope, Okay, 3 on this end will be making the solid steel ingot, and they will be using some of the output of those 9. So those 9, the output is coming back down to this end. That's why I turned this one around. I may need to change that because some of that goes upstairs and some of that needs to come around the corner to feed this. And then the rest of the line will get straight iron ore. Except for the last 2, which will be doing copper. And the entire line gets coal. And the entire line uses exactly all of the coal. And the coal where's the coal? The coal is coming so here's the copper. The coal is coming all the way along that belt and it's coming from the other side on a bit of stuff that's there. You can see the machine over there. It's coming from out on the coast on one of those pillars of rock. It is the only coal in the area. And that'll be coming up here with the copper, probably coming up here just like that is. And it will probably be fed in right here because except for the first 2 which are doing copper, the rest of that line is coal. And then the outputs of all of these go up to one or another of the upstairs floors. And I think that is what I'm going to do first so I can figure out what's running to what floor. And everything is constructors, so I believe we can just do, nope, I want walls. Come on, autosave. Let's get you back. Whoops, come on. Let's show you back to my screen instead of the diagram. Walls. One, 2, 3, 4 should be plenty. And I'm going to use 2s, I think. That looks like it might be. Yeah, that should do. We'll work with it. Come on. There you go. Why did it build out like that? One more. Then we build a bunch of these, 10 at a time, because this is exactly 11 wide. Hi, buddy. Okay, so what did I figure this floor was going to be? This is our foundries. Next was going to be, this one's going to be the steel pipe. That'll finish off that one block at the bottom of the diagram. So this will be the steel. Actually, this is going to be steel pipe. Oh, let's see. This is 15 long. And there's room for 3 rows of machines. So yeah, this will be steel pipe and wire. Steel pipe, I have 13 machines. Nope, yep, 13 machines. And wire, I have 22 machines. So that'll be 1 row for steel pipe. These are constructors, so they only take 1 anchor wide, and or 1 anchor. Foundation wide. I'm 13 long, or 15 long, so that 13 in a row leaves the 1 on each end, which is the idea. So 13 for steel pipe, and we have 22 for wire, so 11 in a row. Yep, that takes care of those 2. So we can lay those out. Yep, those will be, nope, production constructors, and those will go let's see, the steel pipe goes on this side. Doggone, let's see, the steel pipe is taking from the, nope, the steel pipe is going to be over there. These 2 will be wire. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it does matter. Make sure I put this in the right place.
Hard work pays off.
Shut up, Beta. Set this. This is going to be, ooh, that's a problem. Oh, no, these are using standard wire recipe. I was going to say, I don't see the alternate recipe for wire. We're using a standard recipe for wire. Whoops, I need to shard those. We are not slooping them. I am not doing that math. Now with 1-1, all of these I lay down will already be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These will already have the recipe on them. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. Let's see, we have 1 row on the outside, we have 1 row for splitters and mergers. Now we have a row for splitters and mergers, and the next row of machines, which will come down here, drop in place, set this recipe for, let's see, the middle ones will be wire, and that's already set. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, hello, server burp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10, 11. And we're going to do, because I didn't count right, well, I counted right, planned wrong. For the copper, I only need 11 in each row instead of 13, so we're going to take one off at each end for these. And then, in the third row, which will start here, let's update the recipe. This will be steel pipe. Regular steel pipe. And good, I kept all my shards in there. And this row needs 13. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And somehow I missed one. Now we have one clear, input, or outputs, inputs, outputs, inputs, outputs, inputs, clear. Alright, next level. And so here, might as well, let's see, I need copper and coal coming in here. Where do I want them coming in? Kind of want them coming in. Come on, autosave. I think like that. Be copper there, coal there. And that is as far as either one of those go. The outputs from copper. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. These. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, that'll stop here. That will go to the foundry level here. These 4 copper machines, their outputs will come up here. And let's see, so I'll combine them down here somewhere. And then they'll come up here and will be split and fed to these 2 rows. So if these outputs are going to come together, let's put that. Let's merge them. Let's do this. I want a floor hole. Here. Then we're going to put a merger there. We're going to put that into it. And then the output of both of these rows. So this will be a merger pointing this way. And this will be a merger pointing this way. And we'll take that. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, but not. Wonder why. Oh, I know why. And that will be coming to there and there. And then up here, this will go just 1, 2. Let's see. So if I stand one here for height, that is not what I asked you to do. If I stand one here for height, this needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it will have a splitter on it. Which will split between, I don't have the stuff on it, but it'll split between the inputs of these two rows. I hope that's not, I might have to move this over one. Because I might be too close to the inputs of this row. Oh well, do that later. This is just quick planning for this at the moment. And I see that I am going to need to run power up higher on my building. I don't want to do that yet. I see that if you look at the lower left-hand corner, as I go higher to upper floors, I start losing power quite quickly. So I'm going to need to run, let's see, where's my power coming in? My power coming in down here. So this is all going to change, but for the moment, let's run power up here. Run it along the outside of the building. Is it me or is my voice going away? Well, I guess that'd be me either way, right? check. And we're going to be switching streams shortly. I will end this one and start a new one. And I think I'll put another floor on first. And then I'll be playing with a friend. Oops, I want player. Hey, buddy. And I don't remember what I'm doing with him today. I see he's finally on. Normally he's on long before I even get up. And now that I'm showing you guys this, I'm going to have to stream this tonight when we play. Sometime around 6:30 tonight, if you're watching this live. This is Tuesday, April 29. But sometime between 6:30 and 7:30 tonight, we will be playing on the Drunken Dragon Gaming YouTube server, YouTube stream, in his server. I may or may not stream it, but since I'm showing you all of this, I may have to stream that because this is what I'll be working on. Of course, I will, if I don't stream it, I will give a tour update as on my next actual stream. Oh crap, I did not think about this. I need to extend those stairs up each level. And that means that this is in the way. Gonna have to rethink that one too. Ah, the fun of logistics. The fun of logistics. Alright, let's put another floor up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we will switch streams. When I shut this one down, I will be right back with a new stream. It just won't be this. And then that stream will probably be several, well, it'll definitely be several hours. It may be, let's see, it's going on 8 o'clock. And we'll be running till probably 3 o'clock at least. What is that, 7 hours? So that'll be quite a stream. And it's only 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm sweating to death. What's going on with the weather? I have to turn on my AC today. That's unusual. Last time I turned my AC on, which was a week ago, you know, Facebook likes to remind you of posts you made some years prior. So, sometime mid-morning, a week or so ago, I turned it, yeah, it would have been like last Wednesday, I think. Nope, wrong. Not where you're supposed to go. I got warm, turned on my AC for the first time this year. Minutes later, like literally right after I sat down, I had gone into Facebook to check on messages, whatnot. And what do I find but a post from, I'm going to say it was 2017, I think. That's some years ago. Reminding me of a post I had made. That it was snowing hard enough that the grass was covered up. And here I am, I had just turned on the AC. And this was a post I had made on that day, some years prior. Yeah. Global warming. Yep. Alright, I'm going to hop off this stream, give me a few minutes, and I will be back with another stream. And with any luck, we'll catch you on that one. Or if you're watching this later, look for the next video. It'll be one of those that's labeled Random Satisfactory Stream with Helping Friend or something like that. There's several others already out here. And we'll see what shenanigans he's up to. Catch you in a few minutes.